talk a little bit about how you put this map together. So obviously, just like with weather climate, when we look at year after year versus the forecast for that immediate day or subsequent days, we can get trends, and we can know that, this week we're usually getting to near or past, or approaching peak in certain areas. And then this is the week that normally the colors are at the peak. Do you guys kind of take a look at that every year and kind of do some changes every year in terms of, as you see trends where maybe some areas, because of some climate change and some warmer temperatures a little bit later into the fall, maybe kind of delaying their peak? Have you been able to get those tweaks back into the system? How does that all work?
So Dean, what happens is it's not unlike a weather forecast where it may be in July, for example, in a lot of destinations, on average, you're going to see sunny weekends, but you wouldn't actually go make the same forecast every July.
Right.
There's inputs that determine that sunny weekend forecast for most of the weekends. And then you may still have some areas that have rain in July, for example. It's similar to that. So we take all of these inputs, several million data points, actually, which those data points are historical temperatures, historical precipitation, the forecast temperatures, the forecast precipitation, and then we layer that on top of our historical leaf peak trends and then our peak observation trends. And so we've been doing this long enough now that we can feed all of that into an algorithm, and it puts out about 50,000 predictive data pieces for us to then process. The final output is the map that end users see, but there's obviously underlying data down below that. And so the final data output is each county in the entire 48 states has basically a progression of no change all the way up to past peak with everything in between. And so that it is very much weather driven, which gets into like, why do leaves change colors and what are all the different inputs into that, which that's weather driven both by macro trends. So like, that's why we're seeing a drought in the West, as well as by the micro trends in individual destinations. How much sunlight, are we seeing more cloudy days than a normal year? That type of thing all comes into play.
And I think a great thing, folks, if you go to the map, not only is that fall prediction map there with I know we've all loved here is, you can slide back and forth. So you can see where, maybe if you're like, oh, did I miss something? And you can go back a little bit, but then you can slide ahead. And if you're trying to plan your leaf peeping trip, here over the next couple of weeks, you can kind of hone into a very localized area and see the trends for that area, and 1 week ahead, 2 weeks ahead, 3 weeks ahead, or going farther. So it's really cool. And then
to listen to the full episode, just click the links below. And never miss a podcast by subscribing to Everything Under the Sun on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. New episodes every Friday.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out these other videos here and be sure to subscribe for new content and the latest weather news from AccuWeather.